Breaking news alerts to follow what's new, what's now, what's next. Download the Fox 35 News app today.
Florida schools reopening next month, but teachers say not so fast. Classrooms may not be safe.
Bring back Lola. Heavy rains may have swept away a family's 50-pound pet. The frantic search for the 17-year-old tortoise. Fox 35 News is next.
Live from the news station, Fox 35 News at 5 starts now.
The state's mandate on reopening Florida schools not making the grade with some parents and teachers.
Countdown to Disney. Cast members taking their first steps back on Main Street, USA.
And where in the world is Lola? The mystery of one family's missing tortoise.
The fiery debate over whether Florida schools should reopen in the fall raging on today. Good evening and welcome, everybody. I'm Charles Belay.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Luann Sorrell. The state ordering all schools to welcome students back to class next month. The executive order says all public and charter schools must open their buildings for students at least 5 days a week. Districts offering remote learning in addition to classroom instruction are required to submit their plans to the state for approval. But some teachers saying not so fast. They have big concerns heading back to campus with the pandemic still in full force.
Many took their frustration to the streets of Orlando today. Fox 35's Holly Bristow spoke with some of those teachers. She's live with an update. Hi, Holly.
Teachers are definitely frustrated, and I'll tell you, the Orange County Public Schools actually had today's workshop scheduled before this order came down. School Board Superintendent Barbara Jenkins said at the beginning of the meeting she thought that the order actually helped simplify what they'd be discussing at today's meeting, but all school board members had were lots of questions.
Teachers circling Orange County Public Schools headquarters, decorating their cars with signs and window paint, making their message clear to the school board. They're concerned about going back to school 5 days a week next month.
We opened up the bars too early. We saw what happened. Now we're going to open the schools. I just don't see it being a solution, and I think our governor and the people in Tallahassee need to reconsider what they're going to be doing.
Jim Summers teaches special education at Boone High School.
It concerns me if we're going to follow the CDC guidelines, 6 feet apart, that's 36 square feet for each student. I don't see how that's possible in the rooms that we're currently teaching out of.
Inside, school board members holding a workshop looking to Orange County Medical Director Dr. Raul Pino for guidance.
The opinion that it was not safe to have graduations. So do you say it's safe to reopen our schools?
Could you define safe?
Can you define it?
This is a pandemic. Safe is an interesting perspective on that one because, again, transmission is going to happen.
Dr. Pino stressing that masks, social distancing, and frequent hand washing can make a big difference. School board members pushing Dr. Pino, seemingly hoping for him to give a definitive answer whether it's safe and appropriate for Orange County schools to open their doors to teachers and students next month.
Well, we've seen over the last few weeks that people in their 20s can spread it quite easily. Is the spread less in younger children?
Dr. Pino not giving in.
Does that make sense to reopen them?
Those are policy decisions. I don't make policy, I advise.
Now, no decisions today were made at this workshop, but I will tell you that right now, excuse me, no decisions were made at the workshop today, but I will tell you that Dr. Pino did say it might be a little too soon to make a decision on what should happen next. For now, reporting live at Orange County Public Schools headquarters, Holly Bristow, Fox 35 News.
Holly, thank you for that. On the other hand, Disney cast members are thrilled to head back to work today. They got their first look inside the Magic Kingdom in 3.5 months.
And so did we. Fox 35 anchor Stephen Haupt joining us live with the first pictures from inside Disney. Disney. Hi, Stephen.
Yeah, guys, the most magical place on earth preparing to open finally after all these months on Saturday to the public after a historic shutdown because of COVID-19. And to get ready, a dress rehearsal was performed today for cast members. Let's take a look at some of that video that we've received today. As you can see it here, video inside the park from Disney employee Courtney Suchard shows Mickey Mouse greeting guests along with Tinkerbell working the crowd as well as they paraded through the Magic Kingdom. Disney princesses were also seen lining up on a balcony and waving to the crowd. Now, this is the park-tested safety measures ahead of its official reopening on Saturday. With cast members and their invited guests allowed into the park today, there were definitely plenty of people posting what they saw on Twitter. Here's a glimpse of just some of the posts we found showing how things are going to look during your next trip to Disney World. Now, coming up at 10, you'll hear from a popular Disney blogger as he talks about his thoughts on the reopening and what surprised him the most for the next time you head to the parks. For now, reporting live, Stephen Houck, Fox 35 News.
Stephen, thank you for that. Live pictures now from Daytona Beach shores. We're tracking the storms after another rainy afternoon all across Central Florida. Fox 35 meteorologist Allison Gargaro joining us live.
So, Allison, where is the rain right now?
Well, it looks like the heaviest rain is actually off the coast. That's definitely a different story from what we were seeing this time yesterday. You can see that strong line of thunderstorms now making its way offshore, and in its wake, we're just seeing some pockets of very light to moderate rain, except just passing the villages, actually moving over Astor Park and Alexander Springs right now. Could be seeing pockets of very heavy rain and potentially even some gusty winds. Now, the lightning strike count is only at 4 at this hour, so it doesn't look like this is a very electric storm, but it is going to be pushing toward Pearson in the next 23 minutes or so. But I did want to share a beautiful picture of the sunrise out at New Smyrna Beach this morning. Thank you so much to our Fox 35 viewer, Scott Smith, for sharing that. And you can always share your weather photos with us on social media. But I have more details on what you can expect for the rest of the week coming up in just a few.
Is a beautiful picture, Allison. Thank you. Seminole County leaders are looking at how this pandemic is impacting the economy.
Seminole County officials have said they have been gathering feedback from businesses and the Chamber of Commerce on how to best serve them. Officials announcing today they will discuss that feedback next week. They also say more business funding will be made available sometime this month. The county also planning to provide help to nonprofits impacted by the coronavirus.
We also will be doing some marketing to help bring business back and help people understand what they need to do to be safe and the businesses need to do to make the public feel safe so their business will be able to continue to operate.
The county will add more resources to its websites for customers to share their experiences at businesses they visit.
Governor Ron DeSantis extending the state of emergency for another 60 days. The governor speaking about the pandemic in South Florida today, discussing what makes this virus so tough to fight. A reporter asking about contact tracing. The governor saying that is not a perfect system.
You know, this is not a disease in which you get visibly sick, then you're contagious, so that if you isolate, contact trace, you do. Most of the people walking around with this either don't know they have it or have very mild symptoms and will never come in contact.
The governor was in South Florida to talk about a new facility for nursing home patients who have COVID-19 but do not need to be in the hospital. His trip comes as Miami takes another step back in its reopening process. Starting tomorrow, indoor dining at restaurants will be closed. So will banquet halls and short-term vacation rentals. Gyms will be allowed to stay open as long as everyone inside wears a face mask.
That decision coming as Florida reaches the highest rate of positive tests ever. More than 7,300 new cases of coronavirus reported Monday. Now that's down from the record highs we saw over the holiday weekend, but higher than yesterday. The rate of positive tests is now at 16.2%, and that is a record. Other states are dealing with their own coronavirus spikes. There are now almost 3 million confirmed cases of COVID in the United States. 32 states are reporting spikes. Some health officials have suggested this could be the start of that second wave everyone talked about. But Dr. Anthony Fauci says we never got past the first wave because our response is not good.
We went up, never came down to baseline, and now we're surging back up. So it's a serious situation that we have to address immediately.
Another emerging concern as positive cases trend upward, an increased demand for testing is causing shortages in many states. Daycares and preschools are among the businesses struggling to bounce back after the coronavirus shutdowns.
A Melbourne daycare is working extra hard to gain confidence back and even attract some new families. Fox 35's Mike Magnoli is live tonight with their survival strategy. Mike.
Hey there, everybody. Before the kids even go into the preschool, the COVID-19 protocol begins out here on the sidewalk, and they typically have chalk drawings down to show the kids where they need to stand to be 6 feet apart.
The national numbers tell of an industry in jeopardy.
Mike, thank you. 2 employees at the Macy's store at the mall at Millennia testing positive for COVID-19. Officials say the workers have not been in that store for the last 13 days. All workers are required to wear face masks, and the store is now doing enhanced cleaning to keep customers safe.
A popular Orlando restaurant back open after voluntarily shutting its doors.
And the owner is requiring all workers to be tested. Fox 35's Jessica Albert has the follow-up. Robert, thank you. For more on schools reopening, coronavirus testing sites, and mask orders, just go to our website, fox35orlando.com, and our news app. Just search for the coronavirus tab.
Now, Fox 35 weather with meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
I hope everybody is having a great evening so far. Temperatures right around 80 degrees in downtown Orlando, but you can see those very cloudy skies, and they're here to stay for at least the next several hours. We have been tracking very moist air over the region, and you can see that's over the southeast as well as here in central Florida, and it is going to be dominating really for at least the next 7 days. So you can expect elevated rain chances to continue, especially through the rest of the week. Now, most of the action in that strong line of thunderstorms that we were tracking, you can see now out over the ocean, so that does leave the coast relatively dry. It is going to be hot and steamy out there, and that's really the case through at least Friday. You can see those temperatures will be bumping up to around 94 degrees, and then as we head into the weekend, those elevated rain chances back to about a 70% coverage, and that's going to be the story into early next week as well.
Allison, thank you. Coming up next on Fox 35 News, a new explanation from NASA why Boeing's Starliner never made it to the International Space Station.
Plus, a sign that sports are right around the corner. The Orlando Magic making the trip to Disney World to get ready to restart the season.
And then all new at 5:30, was she stolen or did Lola simply crawl away? The 50-pound pet tortoise disappearing during yesterday's storms. And Fox 35 is following her trail.
She's a cutie. And ahead on the news edge at 6, downtown Orlando is pretty quiet these days because bars are still closed due to the coronavirus. But will this be the last call for many of them?
It's time to wake up, sleepyhead, and get ready for the day. This is your day, and no matter what, let's make it a good day. We're right there with you. Good Day Orlando. Waking up your day every day from 4 to 10 a.m. on Fox 35.
I'm waking up with Good Day. We're tracking an area of low pressure that is now over northeastern Georgia, but you can see on the back end of that, bringing plenty of that moisture to us here in central Florida, but looking at a 40% chance for development over the next 5 days.
We are following breaking news in Orange County right now. Skyfox over the scene of a triple shooting. This is on Powers Ridge Court. Deputies finding 3 people shot, 1 person in critical condition, the other 2 are stable. So far, no information on the possible shooter. And now, breaking sports news. An Orlando Magic player has tested positive for COVID-19.
Let's get out to Fox 35 sports anchor Evan Fitzgerald. He is live with more. Hi, Evan.
Hey, Luann and Charles. Yeah, that's right. The Magic breaking some news this evening that it's because 1 player has tested positive. That's according to Magic president Jeff Weltman, who told us that player did not enter the NBA bubble at Disney with the team due to that positive COVID test. But he also did not identify which player had tested positive. We know, however, it's not one of the players that you see right here. This is video of the Magic arriving at Disney today. Big names: Nick Vucevic, Aaron Gordon, Evan Fournier, DJ Augustine, all pictured, so we know it wasn't them. But the Magic, one of the first teams to arrive at the Disney campus to begin this quarantine and to continue the testing process. And Weltman says despite the positive test, he trusts the NBA's plan.
I have, been very optimistic about this for quite a while now, only because I just know the length and the extent to which the NBA has relied upon experts and tried to leave no stone unturned. And I can tell you that it's truly a momentous undertaking what they've put together here.
Now, we know MLS has been hit with several positive tests as well. FC Dallas, for example, forced to pull out of the MLS tournament at Disney. But Orlando City and Inter Miami will still play tomorrow night. And Lions captain Nani is staying positive.
I'm positive about the tournament, about all the bubble here in Disney. And I hope we continue like that until the end of this tournament.
Of course, leagues are looking for any edge when it comes to detecting the virus early, and I'll show you the wearable technology you'll see on NBA players. That's tonight at 11:30 in the Fox 35 Sports Zone. For now, reporting live, I'm Evan Fitzgerald, Fox 35 Sports.
Evan, thanks for the update. On deck at 5:30, a grisly discovery. A jogger finds a human head on the side of the road. We have the very latest on the investigation.
And the big story coming up at 5:30, custody issues, child support, and alimony. We take a look at how the courts are handling these sensitive cases during the pandemic.
Washing the car? Don't let a storm mess up your shine. Download the Fox 35 weather app. Fox 35 News is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. You're watching Fox 35 News at 5:30.
COVID-19 changing the way the courts operate, and some people say it's hurting families.
A major milestone for UCF, the prestigious list its School of Hospitality just topped.
New pressure on the Washington Redskins to ditch its controversial name.
And the mystery over a missing tortoise.
The big story at 5:30, parents caught in the middle of the pandemic.
In some cases, child support, custody battles, and visitation all in limbo, while the overwhelmed court system works to adjust. Fox 35's Mike Magnoli reports. Police are trying to solve a gruesome mystery tonight after somebody found a human head on the side of the road. Police say the jogger was out for a morning run when she saw it. Detectives do not believe the person died at the scene, and the head was put there a couple of days ago. The remains were badly decomposed, making it difficult to determine the person's race or gender.
It scares me as a mom, a single mom.
Police are now asking anyone with information to call. And in Lake County, an arrest made after 2 women were found dead inside a burned-out home. Deputies say the remains were found on East Dale Street in Leesburg. A man was seen coming out of the burning home as deputies arrived. James Porteous, now charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
New details tonight on a massive setback for NASA in its quest for manned space flights. NASA saying its Boeing Starliner capsule failed to reach the International Space Station last year because of a software error. The second issue with the thrusters could have led to a catastrophic failure. NASA now planning on redoing the test flight later this year. A big honor for UCF. University ranking group Shanghai Rankings has listed the Rosen College of Hospitality Management program #1 in the United States and #2 in the world. The program's dean says he is extremely proud of the facility, the faculty, and the students, and all of Central Florida should be proud as well.
We are serving the needs and interests of the workforce for our region first and foremost, right? So if you look at that, it is basically everybody's achievement, because everybody gets benefits, out of this.
The dean says that program struggled until about 20 years ago when it received support from local businessman Harris Rosen. Well, a mystery tonight over a missing tortoise.
Yeah, the reptile went missing from its backyard enclosure, and the owner wants to know what happened. Fox 35's Amanda McKenzie reports.
Oh, that's awful. I hope they find Lola.
I was thinking the same thing. She seems like a sweet girl.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Still ahead on Fox 35 News at 5, the latest on the Washington Redskins controversy, the cost to change the team's name.
And millions of kids all around the world are not getting enough exercise. What parents can do to reverse that trend.
And moist air is going to be dominating across the region for the next several days. I'll let you know what that means for rain chances for the rest of the week coming up in just a few.
And I'm Stephen Houck. Here are the stories we're working on, all new for the News Edge at 6. Another major milestone canceled. Thousands of local seniors won't get the chance to walk across the stage to get their diplomas after all. Plus, your shopping experiences are probably pretty different due to the coronavirus, and it could soon change again. We're taking a look at the future of retail therapy just moments away on the News Edge at 6.
Next at 6, is it last call for Orlando bars? Why owners say the glass is half empty when it comes to surviving a second shutdown on Fox 35 News Edge at 6.
I'm Billy Bush. Next Extra, comedian Jay Farrell weighs in on Kanye's run for president. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7 on Fox 35.
Welcome back. A new report shows that more than 80% of our children are not getting enough exercise.
But doctors say there are plenty of things parents can do to get their kids more active. Fox 35 anchor Danielle Knox has suggestions in tonight's Family Focus.
Still ahead on Fox 35 News at 5, scalloping season is officially underway here in Florida, and it's fun for the whole family.
And a slithering surprise for a driver when he feels a deadly snake crawling up his leg while he's driving while he's driving down the road, Luann.
Oh my goodness. Those stories coming up after the break, but we are saving you some cash first in the Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Gas is $1.99 at the Citgo on South Orlando Drive and West Lake Mary Boulevard in Sanford. We'll be right back.
I'm Amy Kaufeld. Watch Good Day Orlando every day on Fox 35.
Like you can feel my heart, mate.
You found a snake in your car.
There was a brown, it's in the back of the tray, mate.
A driver in Australia keeping his cool even after finding a slithering surprise while driving. Get this, he was going down the road when he felt a snake moving up his leg. Can you imagine? He was able to fight it off with his seatbelt and a knife. Thankfully, he was not bitten, but it turns out it was an eastern brown snake, which is one of the most deadly snakes in the world. Charles, what would you do?
Well, I would probably, you know me, I'd probably slam on the brakes.
I was going to say, I think I would crash. I'd be like, oh!
When I was reading it, I was laughing because I know what your reaction would have been.
Yeah, and if it was a frog, I'd be even worse. All right, in other news, scalloping season is officially underway here in Florida.
Yeah, it's an underwater adventure the whole family can enjoy. Who knew? Fox 35's David Martin gives us a look.
Now, Fox 35 weather with meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
All of those scallops are making me hungry. Great story there. Well, as we head into the evening hours tonight, we are going to continue to see that thick cloud cover, and that's going to be the story as we head into the early morning hours tomorrow. Looking at 79 degrees at Daytona Beach and just tracking a few isolated storms that are moving across the region. That's going to be the story over the next hour or so. So we are seeing some pockets of very heavy rain just to the south of DeLand and north of Orange City, and wind gusts in these storms could be reaching up to 30 miles per hour. And also tracking another system down just to the east of Claremont. It is going to be making its way into Oakland very soon, as well as Ocoee in about 27 minutes. And like I mentioned, they could be seeing those wind gusts as well as heavy rain potentially falling at about 1 inch to 2 inches per hour. But it looks like these storms not packing much electricity. The lightning counter just at 4 at this hour within the past few minutes.
Still ahead on Fox 35 News at 5, what an NFL player was doing while his girlfriend was in labor that has him on the defensive tonight.
And why one of the largest cities in the world is now telling people to stop wearing deodorant.
I feel a river of light moving through me. Puts the mind at ease. I feel at home.
Keep me up on the latest weather. What's traffic like? What happened overnight? What the world kept going on? You make it feel like sunshine everywhere I am. Yeah, I'm waking up my day. I'm waking with the day.
Track severe weather. Download the Fox 35 weather app now.
Welcome back. Trending tonight, Germany's capital city has come up with a funky idea to get people to wear their face masks.
Yeah, funky is the right word for it, Luann. Officials are putting these signs in all public transportation areas, encouraging people to not wear deodorant. It shows a slash over a person putting it on with the message, "So now, do you still want to have your nose out?" It is not clear yet how effective this new campaign will be.
I don't know if I like that idea. Well, this guy is taking the term couch potato to a whole new level. A paragliding instructor went flying high over Turkey while sitting on his sofa. Look at him there. He was gliding along while eating chips and watching TV. He also attached a footrest and a lamp and even changed into his slippers during the ride.
Wow.
Coming up next on Fox 35 News at 5, pressure is mounting on the owner of the Washington Redskins to change the team's name.
But a total makeover of the team could be incredibly costly. The latest on this growing push for change.
I'm Danielle Knox. Watch Good Day Orlando right here on Fox 35.
Fox 35 News is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan.
Welcome back, everybody. Tonight, several major sponsors, including Nike, are threatening to cut ties with the Washington Redskins if the team does not change its name. So how much would a rebranding cost, and how long would that take? Fox 35's Hillary Vaughn reports. Stephen and Luann are next with another full hour of local news.